the first to know. Nsem-Pii TV.
Ene Ghana yante asem de yim se owo ekurade a enkwa entumi enje. Ye maame eye former first lady Nana Konadu Agyeman Rawlings oda na waka enchine egu ana watwa nani ahwedan wato nananom ewo nsedo nene obi okosi central media so na obi eje report live every any residence a rich eba mo video kakran so a meyi achema bra ne Zanetor Rawlings the member of parliament for Clotte constituency Otini so na Lands and Natural Resources Minister Emmanuel Amakofibua asonmu na ocheche ni records ya ye pa se umami mu a ana umame ebetwa nani ahweda na obeka enchine egu na report na eba na ensema obi na reporter no de bono live radio no ensema eba ne se ne mami yare na yare no akoye se eba na ekọ na ewo ni fear ni residents a rage ho no ana ye maami ye kan se otwahwe mpanifo ehwe eboa emedical pm rage hospital ne de na me kan se waye nyame dia aye very 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 sad news a ahete omankonkron Ghana na me Nsem-Pii o de enje brand enje report no live abana obi report report no free reporter o live efri ye maami a wato ananom ewon sedo former first lady Nana Agyeman Konadu Rawlings abra watwa nani ahweda na waka enchine egu na ehwe video no abra ne Zanetor Rawlings na obonani a na kwa nisu no otini su arawo sempa ayete omankronkron Ghana de enjibre yenti nsemo nyina emra
ko Nana Konadu Agyeman Rawlings fie I was rage and crying ha Prince Asiedu ejina ho Asiedu akwa aba na tesen
the whole day send me some dobi. Yes.
Now, since you have a party now,
you may know can say they are rich.
Okay.
Yeah. Can Nsem-Pii, Jerry John Rawlings, and former first lady Nana Konadu Agyeman Rawlings, one more fee, I was rich.
And for more on over YouTube, I will be with videos you cha a bremo close to a rich hospital. In fact, Ufriwa na oba baby a officers that area no epa. Inti Prince situation I wanted to say what's the mood in the house? Are you
me no can say there obi pimo ewa ha bibi ancho se BBSC, former first lady, Senator, what one and animal and Siedono. A soldier for a good gate nano, shame bar. Now, one would be a machine no every room. Senator Jumedia Coso, a bribia wahano. Na ye be a soldier for being your mood in Como. Ewe in Fidi Chibi Somo say no crescent, BBC a bar. One more catches some of the Omonti, is answer bamboo one some, and Jumedia no Mediwa. Eti wahane hu se ashen every mu wo mu ane hu se VATB be 9 ene nechi ka ane hu se mrashebejeni owo Clotte Zanetor Rawlings ono ne shen ka ho na me se yen central for ene ni didwuma abibia nti hu se ne shen wo mu bi na VAT keka ho aboira efi ho na no ne nya ne se wo mo ko ye Jubilee House e ko bo man peninjo John Dramani Mahama amane ana wo mo abefi etimi no ka say de wo mo e wo fi ho ye hwe ni ye wa ha de ipia na ebusuafo ni bi beba mpenifo ni nso bi beba etimi no ka say na so awo wo mo efi ho.
Oh, okay. Na enya de nipa bebo dompem wo ho bebre sa
nipa emmo dompem bebre wa hasa.
Okay.
Sene omanfo esusu se beye no megidi se afi na Nsem-Pii omanfo ehu a wo mo so abefi wo mo ye ma abefi de den a wo ma befi no penifo beba be mo yakọ ti bia free sa time ne ko no be na bia ye be hu se bia nipa beba.
Okay. Okay, very well. My yena sinti koswana monitor na at least udi waso to form no what TBB say because we see presidency statement on media bani chiremo a by after a short illness don't you mana oyare but a day bi na won so what
yo yen so ye de yes ya so tutu form ye ni penifo bi di nkomo wo ma obo ye adwuma wo apomoden wo nsem no ye nya ni ntese wo mo omususu se wo twahwe ansa wo mo ede ne ko eye rich ayare sabia no ye ni evidence there but no ni yen so ye de ya so tutu form no a doctor for be ede 2 ye ni se sa na ba ya ansa no mo rushing ede na ko eye rich ayare sabia.
Wow, very well. Mate, Prince, my say the I can monitor. You best about you. Why?
You.
Yeah, that's a pa. I don't news correspondent. The residents of the former President Jerry John Rawlings and Nigeria and Nyamifre Omufie and Prince Ejina or this report na Ebraye ebia what na Konedo Ajman Rawlings the woman say na or former first lady. Of course, I mean she was very popular for movement the 31st December Women's Movement. Very popular with footprint across the country in Osha or many projects be across the country in the early and the late 90s. And Nana Konedo Ajman Rawlings here on November 17th, 1948. November 17th, 1948. Ero Cape Coast in the Central Region. She received her secondary education at the prestigious Achimota School, where she met her future husband, Flight Lieutenant Jerry John Rawlings. She went on to study art and textiles at the Kwame Nkrumah University of Science and Technology and earned an interior design diploma from the London College of Art in 1975. Her subsequent academic pursuit, including a diploma in advanced personnel management and a certificate in development from GIMPA, reflected her intellectual drive. Her life became intrinsically linked to Ghana's political trajectory upon her marriage to Rawlings in 1977. In 1977, Owari Nikunu, Flight Lieutenant Jerry John Rawlings. She served as First Lady across 2 distinct political periods. First, briefly in 1979 during the Armed Forces Revolutionary Council era, and then for nearly 2 continuous decades, from 31st December 1981 to January 7th, 2001, spanning the Provisional National Defense Council (PNDC) military rule and 2 civilian terms of the Fourth Republic. This longevity, the longest tenure in Ghana's history, gave her an unprecedented and powerful platform to effect social change. Nana Konedo Ajman Rawlings is perhaps best remembered as the founder and president of the 31st December Women's Movement, established in 1982 and Ote 31st December Women's Movement. The movement was not merely a ceremonial NGO, it was a powerful grassroots machine focused on mobilizing and empowering women, especially in rural Ghana. Driven by her belief that women held the key to breaking the cycle of poverty, the 31st December Women's Movement had so many achievements, and all these achievements were concrete and widespread, transforming the role of women from mere recipient of aid to active political and economic participant. For grassroots mobilization, the movement mobilized an estimated 2 million women across the country, encouraging their participation in community and national decision making. The movement established over 870 preschools across the regions to free women to engage in economic activities. Economic projects. The 31st December Women's Movement supported numerous income generating activities and small-scale village-level economic projects, encouraging women to save money for community development. Education and health. The 31st December Women's Movement ran extensive functional adult literacy programs to tackle high illiteracy rates among rural women and implemented public health programs focusing on nutrition and immunization, legal and political reform. Nana Konadu Agyeman-Rawlings was instrumental in advocating for legal changes, including the crucial role she played in the adoption of the Interstate Succession Law, PNDC Law 111, which drastically improved the inheritance rights of widows and children, a vital shift away from traditional barriers where women often had no right of inheritance upon the death of their husbands. Furthermore, through her effort, Ghana became the first nation in the world to approve the United Nations Convention on the Rights of the Child in 1991. Nana Konadu Agyeman-Rawlings often framed the movement as an essential political tool. Before December, there is a quote here attributed to her. Before December 31st, 1981, they had no power of influence in law or politics. I can see from the self-esteem and near arrogance of the women that now we've actually been able to break through this thick wall, unquote. She once noted, highlighting the movement's mission to empower. After her tenure as First Lady, Nana Konadu remained a potent and uncompromising force within the political arena. Her influence was so significant that some analysts characterized her political style as femocracy, a blend of feminist advocacy and political dominance. Her independent political ambition was fully realized when she served as first vice chairperson of the National Democratic Congress in 2009. However, her relationship with the party co-founded by her husband fractured when she unsuccessfully challenged the late President John Evans Atta Mills for the MDC flag bearership in 2011. That contest happened in Sunyani, the popular, Funka Games. A move that shocked the Ghanaian political establishment. Her final defining act of political courage came when she broke away from the NDC to found the National Democratic Party. In 2016, she became the first woman in Ghana's history to run for president, a monumental step that shattered a major political glass ceiling and inspired a whole new generation. Though securing a small percentage of 0.16% of the vote cast in 2016, her candidacy marked her as an enduring, fearless proponent for women's leadership in the highest office. Nana Konadu Agyeman-Rawlings' life was a testament to grit, conviction, and an unyielding belief in the political and economic potential of Ghanaian women. She leaves behind a nation deeply marked by her tireless activism, her bold political challenges, and the legacy of empowerment she gifted to millions of women across Ghana and the African continent. She was, in the truest sense, a pioneer who carved her own path through the complex and often unforgiving landscape of Ghanaian politics. This is a beautiful tribute written by David Apinga and published on adomonline.com. In adomonline.com, profile of Ghana's unyielding trailblazer, Nana Konadu Agyeman-Rawlings, ubehu ewo hona nso etimi akan ni nyina ebe. And the video that so sisi ane Nana Konadu Agyeman-Rawlings ene ma Zanetor ena Kimathi ena ebusuempanyifo eko Jubilee House ene omukoko mampenyi amane nti ohwa we video a yensaka free Jubilee House si a nti ohwa Zanetor tinisio papa ena honorable Emmanuel Amakofi Boa ekranimu shenin crying enye asem de nti we omukoko mampenyi amane after amane boy ena presidency issue statement midi kan ekan ede emamu nti Nana Konadu Agyeman-Rawlings is no more said the medical kind of profile, no? Her politics defined, the history of the Fourth Republic cannot be written without her monumental impact, as a champion of women empowerment. And only the abremo, papa. Zanetor rallies ne kemafia na ebusuafo ni bi video ne da so no and to say the makano or any tribute in memory of the late former first lady ubetime e de abrayen ye bejemre said